Hello everyone, Spawner here and welcome to my channel. So, the sole reason why I made this video is to talk about the weapons, mainly about the bugged weapons found in Mass Effect Andromeda. So, as you all know, in Mass Effect Andromeda, there are some couple weapons that are bugged and that they are not being tracked in the challenge section of the game. Now, I found a workaround on how to fix and make these particular weapons actually track. Now, I'll talk to you about that soon, but first I want to talk to you about something. Weapons like, for example, let's take the M23 katana. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last time it worked correctly and the M23 katana was actually getting its progress tracked by the system was back in patch 1.05. Like I said, please correct me in the comments down below if this is not the case. I just want a confirmation, but I think I'm right. And so back in patch 1.06, that is where these particular weapons like the M23 katana weren't the process weren't getting tracked. Then I want to talk to you about the special versions of some weapons like the M23 katana S. Now, the whole purpose of this video is to talk about the special versions of this weapon, of these weapons, not the normal versions, and I'll tell you soon enough. So, I don't know which patch exactly the special versions of particular weapons came, but what I can tell you is that there was a mistake from BioWare or EA when inputting these new special weapons, and why, in my opinion, the weapons stopped tracking. Well, the reason why I found it is because of this. First of all, as you can see, I'm using the M23 Katana S version and not the M23 Katana normal version. And this is why now, by using the M23 Katana S version means the special version, is now being tracked, and using the M23 normal katana, you can use it how much you want, but it doesn't track. So I was thinking to myself, and I did a lot of trial and error. I used the M23 katana, the normal version, a bunch of times in my matches, and when I go to the prestige and challenges, the progress was frozen. It wasn't going up, it was just literally frozen, staying the same. So I was thinking, I said, since I have the special version of the katana, why not try and test the special version of the katana and see if it tracks? Maybe there was a bug with swapping. And what do I mean with swapping? So I don't know in which patch the special versions came out, but I found by using the special versions for those weapons that are bugged will eventually fix that non-tracking problem issue. Now, I don't think that the special versions of particular weapons came out to fix these particular bugs. I don't think it was intentionally. I think the reason why there are special versions of some weapons is because they wanted to add like a special version of any weapons, and I'm thinking that later on in the future they might release other special versions of particular weapons. Now, to make what I said shown as proof why I don't think that they released the special versions of particular weapons to fix the tracking bug was intentionally, because if we go to challenges and sniper, I was using the normal Viper weapon, the normal Viper, and not the special Viper special edition. So if we go to the collection and we just go to rare and go all the way down, as you can see, I don't have the Viper special edition of the weapon, so the normal weapon is being tracked, although there is a special version of the Viper. So there is your proof of that I think that these special versions of weapons weren't included to fix these bugs. That's what I thought at first, but as you can see, when I came to check that on the Viper, that there is a special version of the Viper and the normal Viper is being tracked normally, I said, okay, so they weren't intentionally out to fix the bug. So let's go down to business. The sole purpose of this video, like I said, was that I found a workaround on how to fix the not some weapons not able to track the progress. So like I said, I'm going now to shotguns. Now, I'm gonna show you the proof. As you can see, my M23 Katana normal version of the Katana is 14% with 20,562 out of 140 points. Now, you are seeing 14% is because the workaround I'm gonna show you actually works. Before, when I was using the normal Katana, the progress was stuck at 2,470, if I'm not mistaken. Then I did one bronze game solo in a private lobby I created myself, because I don't want to get interrupted while testing. Imagine like you're testing something, your lobby is public, all of a sudden you see a player joining your game and it's like he's killing all the enemies and you're like, oh god damn, I wanted to test and this guy came in and screwed everything up. So that's the reason why I made it private. Well, common sense, no? If you're testing something, make it public, so private, so nobody can interrupt you. Anyway, so like I said, the M23 Katana was 1% with 2,470. It was 1% before the bug came out, because when I first started playing MP, after I finished the single player, I think it was back in 1.05. That's why I told you that I think the last time the M23 Katana was working was in patch 1.05. And I think the correct me also if I'm wrong, that when you log in to multiplayer, play multiplayer for the first time, you have some weapons which are defaulted. And I think the M23 katana is one of them. Like for every weapon, sniper, pistol, shotgun and assault rifle, you will have like defaulted weapons that you start with. And I think the M23 katana was one of them. That's why I had 2479. Because when you start, you don't have any weapons, you don't have any characters, so you have to stick with what you have. And I think after I began playing some matches, I eventually got other weapons and I didn't find the M23 katana any good. I'm a sniper fan in single player. I rarely use snipers in multiplayer because the thing is, especially in gold, there's so much hectic things going on that sometimes you don't even have time to snipe. Like, you have to go far away from the enemies because you're constantly getting attacked. So sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes it's hard to snipe, and I don't really like sniper rifles in MP. I prefer just burst damage weapons from a short distance, if preferred. I like assault rifle and shotguns. I rarely use pistols and sniper, but anyway, all this is beside the point. So going back to, like I said, I tested and tested and tested. And like I said, I only had 1% with 2470 points. So I then said, why don't I just use the special version of the katana? And I said, who knows? Maybe when they release the special versions of some weapons, the system swapped or confused the files. Like I said, who knows? Like maybe the trackable M23 katana file, when the special version of that weapon came out, was sort of confused by the system and changed it, swapped it with the tracking of the M23 katana special weapon. Now, I know there's currently there's no progress challenge for the special version of the katana or other special weapons, but I said to myself, maybe the system screwed over and changed the files. And I think this is what happened. Like the trackable file system, that internal file within their game system, like got transferred with the use of the special version of that weapon, meaning that if you use the normal version of the katana, it will not track, but if you use the special version of the katana, it will track. Because like I said, it's like the trackable files or whatever just got swapped somehow. And I think that is what happened. So if you keep on using the normal version of the katana, it will not work. Anyway, enough talk. I know I've been babbling. I just wanted to let you know how I came to know about this. So I'm gonna show you the workaround that using the special versions of those weapons that are bugged actually works towards the tracking process of that particular challenge. So let's go into a game and I will show you that this works. So before that, I just want to go to shotgun and see my current progress. So when I finish the game, I go back here and I show you live that, hey, yes, using the katana is the special version of the katana is going through and being tracked by the game. So it's currently at 14% with 20,562 out of 140,000. I know. I don't know why the skills are 50,000 and weapons are 140,000. No idea why, but whatever. So it's 20,562 with a 14%. So I'm gonna go into a custom bronze game, make sure private, and I'm gonna create the match. Just wanna make sure that I have the M23 katana use, special version of the katana in use. Now, mods are just not needed to test this out, but I went with shotgun for more shotgun damage and accuracy, because both the katana normal version and the special version have really crappy accuracy. So if you see here, it's 31, and that's pretty low. If you go to the normal version of the katana, it's 39, so there's an 8 in accuracy difference. But anyway, let's go. So for the purpose of this to work, I'm gonna kill every enemy with weapons, with the special version of the katana. Now, there might be some cases where I accidentally kill an enemy with charge, but that's because this is completely crap. It's like the Vanguard is really strong when it comes to defense, since he has fortified with a lot of damage resistance. So why do I take so much damage in a bronze? Like, go in like, stay, oh my god, stay in a vicinity where there are like 3 to 4 enemies and see them. Look, there's only 2 guys that are shooting me. Sorry, but that I find that really crap. This guy is level 20 with all the points invested in shields and survivability, and he gets whooped easily in a bronze match. So that's why I said sorry if I accidentally kill an enemy with charge. But sometimes in order to survive, you just have to charge whichever enemy comes in the vicinity. Otherwise, you'll die. Now, I know the sole purpose of this video, like I said, is to show you that it actually works, but still, you know, dying in a video looks really bad.
Just 3 hostiles remaining. Watch yourself.
What I like to do is like charge to an enemy that's full health, making him
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements.
remaining with just a little bit of HP.
Enemies incoming.
By the way, guys, if you're interested on the results, you can skip the video till the end of the stream, the video, sorry. Sorry I said stream, but one day I was a streamer, so sometimes I accidentally say stream instead of like recording, you know, it just gets stuck into your head. So, like I said, if you don't wanna watch me play the bronze solo, just take it to the last bit of the video and you'll see that it is actually being tracked. That using the special versions of these weapons that are bugged actually work. And if you thought that you were stuck and you couldn't finish a challenge because of these particular weapons that were bugged, well, guess what? Now you can. Only if you have the special version of like the M23 katana. If you don't, do a lot of gold matches until you eventually get it, and then just do the challenge.
Just 3 hostiles remaining. One more. Nice job, Apex. Keep it going. Victory!
Alright, we're close to halfway done. By the way, I hope I don't get uploaded,
Intelligence needs data from your location. Look for an entry.
because sometimes when you're doing it solo, there are so many enemies that go into the circle that interrupt your progress that sometimes you just lose a match because of that. Because there's too many enemies, your skills are on cooldown, and I can't find an enemy. Alright. I thought I was gonna die. It's like, I really hate it when I want to charge and there are no enemies in the vicinity, because there are like the destined that are shielded, and you can't charge because the system won't allow you to charge an invisible enemy, an enemy you can't basically see. I really like hack because even if they get in the circle, it's the progress still continues. Oh shit. Alright, let's go take some ammo. I know I can kill them with skills, but like I said, the sole purpose of this video is to show you that the weapons are actually getting tracked by using the special versions of that weapon.
It's down!
And thank God it's the cat and not the outlaw. I really hate the Adi. I prefer 10 rates compared to one Adi. They're so bloody annoying, especially when they can grab you. The rats just like throw you back and everything is good. But the Adi, they grab you, and if there's enemies around, they will literally kill you. The duration that you stay logged in onto its bite, it can cost you your death. Anyway, so far so good. Like I said, I know you're all interested in the last bit while it's being tracked, but don't worry, it will come eventually. Feel free to skip till the end of the video to see the progress, or if you want to have some fun, just continue watching me while I go through a solo bronze.
Incoming fire!
I need ammo, I know.
Watch yourself! Incoming fire! No shields! No shields!
As you can see, I was trying to charge an invisible enemy, although it lets you. From far away, you can barely see them, let alone charging them.
Shields are out! Watch yourself! Watch yourself! Shields are out!
Now I know that the Krogan Vanguard got a big nerf to its shields. I don't know why. I don't know why he was good. I mean, his shields and health were good. I don't see the need of why EA or BioWare had to reduce the Vanguard Krogan's shield and health. Also, the Asari Adept. She became so squishy, and that nerf to the Annihilation, it's so bad. Like, you literally have to be extremely careful when you play your the Asari Adept, especially in gold. Because if you don't pay attention, you're gonna get
Are mighty!
killed over and over and over again.
Enemies headed your way.
Okay, this round is where we get the Ascendant. I need to be extremely careful because it's not the first time I went into a match just to do particular challenge and like I accidentally get killed by a fiend. Well, everyone knows how bugged the fiends are, so yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Otherwise I'll get screwed. What I like to do first is like focus on the Ascendant, because that is the main problem. That you can get insta-killed. I don't mind dying like to the other enemies, but getting insta-killed will just screw you over. So I like to tend and kill the Ascendant first. Of course, sometimes you got to kill the Anointed. They're so annoying. I think the weapons they use is the Soned. In my opinion, the Soned is the best assault rifle in the game as to the assault rifles. Of course, I'm not comparing assault rifles to shotguns because they have two different sole purposes that you can't compare them. But in my opinion, the Sonnet is the best assault rifle. I have it, I still haven't played with it, yeah, but when I saw the the stats of the weapon, it was epic. Damn, I killed the best accidentally. Oh well, doesn't matter. Alright, let's... Oh, okay. That's why I said accidentally die, because you like go to charge it, all of a sudden the Ascendant just decides to do that grabbing orb that will insta-kill you. That's why I said sometimes I accidentally die. Because you basically timed your charge at a very bad moment. Woo! Alright, thank God it's devices and not upload.
Enemies triangulating our nearest outpost. Find their sensor arrays and get them broken.
So let's do the devices first. I need to be careful of fiends. Every time I see a fiend I go ah! And I start screaming. I can't deal with the fiends from a short distance, because you know they are bugged. Their sync kill is way off. They can grab you from behind walls. They can grab you from like 3 meters away. Like you're 3 meters away from him, and it's like, how the hell did he eventually grab you? You know what I mean? Okay, I need to get out. There was an Ascendant, I saw him. Alright, and I need to get this and get the hell out of here. Oh shit! Okay. Woo! That was close. Get the hell out of here. There's the Fiend and the Ascendant together. I don't want to get caught in the middle of them. No fucking way. No homo. No thank you. Not today. Oh, god damn. I really hate when they incapacitate you. Well, when they knock you down for a couple seconds, they... Ah! No! No! Alright, okay. Woo. Now, focus. First thing I like to focus on is the Fiend. Because the random sync kill from... and I really hate it when that happens. You try to... like, grab the ledge over there, and it doesn't grab. So focus on fiends first. Let's get that out of the way. Hope when I dodge back I don't get stuck between an enemy, especially wraiths. What I'm trying to do is... Nice! Ooh, shit. I tried to make that barrel explode near the Fiend, but apparently the range of the barrel wasn't close enough. Okay, run. Come on, just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, goodbye, Fiend. Send my regards to your friends. Alright, now that the Fiend has been taken care of, now let's take care of the Ascendant. I don't want to get insta-grabbed like one wave before the ending. I know it won't really affect the tracking, but I want to show you the full tracking. Like, I'm trying to do the challenge at the same time while showing you this awesome and cool workaround for the bugged weapons that are not getting tracked. So by using the S version, you will be able to complete that challenge. And I hope EA and BioWare sees this video. Like the developers of EA or BioWare sees this video. Like I said, I think that somehow the files of the special katana were swapped with the normal version of the katana when the special version came out. Now, you might say, like I said, I already told you, maybe they released the special versions of these bugged weapons as intentional to fix them. And the answer is no, because the Viper, the normal Viper, works. The normal Viper is getting dragged. And there is a special version of the Viper, but I don't have the Viper, the special version of the Viper. So that means that the release of these special weapons weren't intentional to fix these bugged weapons for the challenge, that they are not being dragged. Alright, let's try and find and kill the thing. Oh, there he is. I don't want to charge inside. There's a lot of enemies inside there. I don't want to get caught. Okay, let's try kill the fiends from here. Careful! I don't want to get grabbed at the last second. Alright, now you can grab me. Go ahead. You can grab me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the testing match for you to see that using the special versions of those weapons that are not being dragged, their challenges not being dragged, actually works by using the special versions of those weapons. Score, blah blah blah. So, like I said, remember that the M23 katana progress was at 14%. Now, let's go out. So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is proof that using the special versions of those weapons, which you think, not you think, they are bugged, and using the normal version isn't getting dragged, actually works. Like I said, I found this out by doing some tests. I said, maybe when they released the special versions of these weapons, the trackable file of the normal katana got transferred or swapped somehow with the one with the special version file of the special weapon. I don't know. That's what I think. I'm not saying what I said is 100%, but hey, proof say so. So I guess that's how it works. So, EA, BioWare, if you're watching this, which I really recommend you do, please, people who are watching this, show this video to BioWare, post it on the forums, not to promote my channel, because, hey guys, I'm not a YouTuber, and I don't really need fame. Like I said, one day I was a streamer, but I stopped. It was fun as it lasted. People who used to watch my streams know what I'm talking about. They were fun, exciting, and I can say that, yeah, I miss streaming. But nah, I'm not going back. So, like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, but please, grab the link of this video and share it with on the forums. Spread it out so EA and BioWare know what is the problem, where the problem is coming from, and they fix it. Because the challenge of the katana is supposed to track, it's supposed to track by using the normal version of the katana, not the special version of the katana. So why is it that when you use the special version of the katana, it works? Using the normal version of the katana, it doesn't work. Reason being is, I think it's like I said. Once again, the intention of these special weapons weren't to fix the bugs of weapons not being able to be tracked, because there is a special version of the Viper, and as I showed you, and I will show you once again, the normal Viper edition, the normal, is being tracked and as normal, and there is the special version of the Viper, and I don't even have it. So that's even more proof that although the Viper has the special edition, the Viper itself, it's not bugged, and I don't need to use the Viper special edition to upgrade, to do the challenge of the Viper. So it's like I said, the files were somehow confused and swapped by the game. So by using, so I was thinking that by using the normal version of the M23 katana or other weapons, we're tracking the progress of the M23 katana special edition weapon and not the normal weapon. Now you might say, but there isn't a challenge for the special edition katana. Yes, you're right, I know, but somehow the system confused the files. Like, once again, they I'm thinking that the system, whenever you use the katana, the points and the challenge points you gained by using the katana, we're going to the trackable version. We're going to the trackable process of the special version of the katana weapon, and not to the normal version. And it's vice versa. Then, by using the special edition of the katana, it was going to the normal process of the katana. I don't know, this is what I think happened, but please share everywhere and let BioWare, EA know where the problem might be. So after they see this video, they will say, he might be right, let me go check the coding and see if the system is somehow has somehow swapped the tracking systems of the special version with the normal version. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm sorry, I'm terribly sorry, guys, for this shitty quality of the video. I'm not talking about the actual graphics, but I'm talking about my presentation. It's like I'm used to streaming live, but I'm not used to like making a video for YouTube, because as you know, to make a good video and to encourage people to watch you, and the reason why people go and rewatch a YouTuber is because his content is actually good. I know YouTubers edit. I don't really know how to edit, and I don't really care because I'm not into the YouTube or editing business. So once again, sorry for the crappy personality I might have shadowed over you. Like I said, YouTube is just not my thing, so I'm not used to talking hopefully without any mistakes. Otherwise, you know, I have to stop the video, re-record everything, unless you know how to edit. That means you can, anyway, you know how editing works. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for ranting, but I hope you got the point of that. Yes, I found a workaround that you can track the M23 katana now and others. Oh, one last thing, I forgot about this. I don't know if it works for other bugged weapons by using the special versions of it. I only tested it on the M23 katana, and as you saw live, it actually worked. So if you if you have the special versions of the other weapons that are not getting dragged, go test it out with the special version of that weapon and see if now it's trackable. Like I said, it's not the special versions of the weapons are not didn't came out for as intentional as a workaround. They were just to increase the collection for you guys to play more and get even more collections and level those up. So yeah, and Mass Effect Andromeda, you've got a long way to go. I mean, that was the same way in ME3 MP. You had a lot of characters, to level up, card levels, weapon card levels, weapon mods, card levels, etc., etc. What I really disliked about ME3 compared to MEA MP is that if you remember those people who played ME3 MP, like you had tabs like an Asari tab, Krogan. My bad. You had an Adept tab. You had engineer tab, etc., etc. So like all the characters that were engineers were in one tab. All the adepts, all the biotic users, all the adepts like Bolus adept, Asari adept, human adept, you know, I don't need to talk about this. You know how it is. What I really disliked about it is that if you played with one character, you were leveling all the characters at once, and I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. I prefer to just manually just level all those characters one by one. Okay, that's it for this video. I was thinking to do a quick maybe run through from my Krogan Vanguard. I know there are a lot of Krogan builds, but you know what? Yeah, why not while we're still at it. Once again, guys, thanks a lot for checking out the video, checking how you can do a workaround. If you're not interested on the video anymore, feel free to stop watching and just go share it. I don't care how many people watch it, I don't care how many comments I get. The sole purpose of this video, I don't care how crappy this video might have come, the sole purpose of this video was to show the entire world, well, all those people that play or still play Mass Effect Andromeda, that there is a workaround for this bug issue. Feel free to stop watching now if you're not interested in the in my opinion, personal Krogan Vanguard build. Your builds might be different, but this is just my build. Okay, so my build is like this. So first I'll start with charge. So at rank 1, 2, and 3, of course, you can't choose other options. They're just defaulted. Now in rank 4 you have to choose between damage and force and radius. I personally like dealing damage to just one enemy while charging, rather than doing damage to 3 enemies within that particular radius. Anyway, 3.5 meter radius isn't really a lot, and it's really not that common that you have a group of like 5 enemies together, because especially if players are running around, like one is at the top, the other one is at the bottom, they will get spread out. So there isn't really much use, in my opinion, here for radius. So I prefer to go even for more damage and force. In rank 5 we have weapon and melee and power synergy. Now this build is for a biotic Krogan Vanguard. I know there are people that built him like melee and gun damage. Pardon me. But that's not where what I want my Krogan Vanguard to do. I want him solely just biotic damage. I know he's not the best for biotic damage dealers, but he has a fair decent amount of damage. So I went with, of course, power damage bonus and power force bonus instead of gun and melee damage bonus. If you want to make him as a gun or melee damage, I would go with weapons and melee. But since I didn't spec him for weapons or melee damage, I went for damage or biotic damage. Now in rank 6 you have Shock Trooper and Bastion. Now, although 75% recharge speed is a lot, especially in gold, what you want is Bastion. Why Bastion? Because Bastion, when you use it, it's gonna charge is gonna deal 40% more damage. When you use it, you're gonna get a gain of 75 damage resistance, and the initial charge gives you 50%, and with Bastion it gives you an extra 50% charge. 50 and 50 makes 100. That means when you charge, every time you charge, you're gonna get full shields. Now with Shock Trooper, what's gonna happen is you're gonna use charge more frequently, but you are only gonna gain half your shields back, because without Bastion you're only getting 50% shields. And in my opinion, I prefer Bastion that gives you even more resistance for 100% shields and that little bit of 40% damage. That's charge. For Fortify, as you can see, I left rank 6 out. I will let you know why at the end. after before I finish Fortify. So at rank 1, 2, and 3 we have Fortify, Recharge Speed, and Protection. Defaulted rank 4 I went with Protection over Mobility. Now this is optional. Fortify slows you down whenever it's active, and I don't want to focus on mobility, because where Krogan shine is with Fortify, because Fortify gives you damage resistance. Now you saw how fast my shields were getting down in that bronze game, but the reason for that is because EA and BioWare just decided to nerf Krogan Vanguard, making him have less shields. So although you have a lot of damage resistance, you don't have enough shields to actually make your shield survive. So you have to constantly charge. Make sure to run a power efficiency mod booster so you get even increased power recharge speeds when using the Krogan Vanguard, especially in gold. When was it the last time you wanted to charge because you were gonna die? You were like waiting for charge to get off cooldown 1 second before using charge, because it went out of cooldown, you die. Hence why you should go for recharge speeds. Okay, so you might say, so you're contradicting yourself with using Shock Trooper. No, not really, because like I said, I prefer having a little bit higher cooldown compared to Shock Troopers, and gain that 75% damage resistance and 100% shields. 50% shields is nothing, and you saw how 100% goes down quickly in bronze. I was a bronze, especially in gold. So you need all you can get. So no, I'm not actually contradicting myself. It's just that in my opinion, that is the best. A lot of people are actually going with Bastion rather than they are going with Shock Trooper. So going back to protection, the downfall of Fortify, especially with Krogan, is that it reduces its movement speed so much that even when you run, you seem like walking. Now I know you might say, but mobility is good because it reduces that penalty by quite a large amount. Yeah, right, confirmed. But I prefer moving slowly and having even more resistance to enemies. If I went with mobility, I would run faster, but I will go down even faster as well. So, in my opinion, protection rules over mobility. Rank 5 we have shield feedback and power armor. Now, power armor gives you melee damage, gun accuracy, and gun stability. Now, in my opinion, every time I see gun accuracy and gun stability, when it's not on a soldier or on a character that has turbo charge, it's just useless going with accuracy and stability. Why? Because you are gonna use a gun that has high accuracy, and would be a good idea if it has a high stability as well, especially for assault rifles, since you are gonna fire at a high rate. So, like I said, in this case, accuracy and stability are just crap, and melee damage is good if you're going with a melee build and a gun build with this character, but I'm going with take skill build. So I prefer shield regeneration bonus and health and shield regeneration delay reduction. Rank 6 we have unmoving defense and explosive purge. Now, reason why I left rank 6 out is just easy. So what unmoving defense does that it accumulates damage resistance as long as you remain motionless with active fortify. Meaning, if you are standing still, not moving, and standing still, not moving, you only see this when you're either doing devices or you're reviving someone. Those are the only options when you are not moving. So this skill will only come into effect when you are reviving someone or interacting with a device. Okay, so that's already the main reason not to go for it. But what this does is that when you stand still, the damage resistance gets stacked. So, as the description goes, damage resistance accumulated per second. So, you get 5 damage resistance per second, and the maximum amount of damage resistance you can get is 25. Like I said, 25 damage resistance is good. The problem is, it only is applied when you're not moving, when you're standing still, and you only benefit from it when you're doing devices or reviving someone. Because in gold especially, you cannot afford to stand still waiting and seeing the enemy shooting at you. You're always constantly moving. So in my opinion, unmoving defense is completely crap. Rank 6 is another completely crappy skill in my opinion, explosive purge. Now what this does, although it seems, oh wow, the skill is so good, I want to get it. No, what it does is that it manually deactivates. So you know that when you press fortify, you have to keep it on, you have to keep it active. And then if you want to deactivate it, you press fortify skill button again. Mine is number 3, I don't know what yours is. And fortify will get deactivated. Now what this does is that when you manually deactivate it, fortify will explode. There will be an electric explosion that stuns nearby enemies and primes them. Okay, so you might say, but stunning nearby enemies and priming them for your friends or random players to detonate these primed targets is awesome. And you might say, hey, explosion damage is 400, and 400 is a lot, especially for just one skill that is supposed to be for defense. Okay, and you get even additional explosion damage versus shields by 60%. Okay, that is good, but the thing is, you need fortify to be always on. Have you ever tested fortify on bronze? Just go bronze. Don't activate fortify and see the enemies attacking you and compare the damage. Without fortify you'll die so quickly you won't even remember what you ate yesterday. Nah. But seriously, you would need fortify to always be up. Otherwise, if you're caught without fortify, especially once again in gold, because people only play silver and bronze to either do challenges by solo, so they can get all the kills, making the progress towards those challenges faster and easier. And yeah, my opinion is much better by going with an explosive purge. Nah, I'm kidding. No, rank 6 explosive purge is just useless. By the way, guys, I was only being sarcastic, just to show you how crap explosive purge and unmoving defense is on this on any person on any character that has fortify, because once again, unmoving defense, you only stop moving to revive or doing devices. Other than that, you are always constantly moving, and with manually exploding fortify, it's just no. You want fortify always on, and if you die, make sure to reactivate it. So, reason why rank 6 no skill is because what I said, they're just a base of 6 points. Now, I'll in Nova, I just went up till rank 3. It's not because I didn't want to spec Nova. I find Nova to be really good, but I just didn't have enough skill points to continue leveling Nova. Now, in order to put points in Nova, what you can do is either reduce some Apex training skills or from Rage. I tried both. Like, I tried maxing out both charge, Fortify as it is, Nova full, and then reducing some skills from Rage, and it didn't work. No. I just left it with just 1, 2, 3 Nova, radius and damage and force as for Nova. Now, Apex training, rank 1 we have weapon training, rank 2 power augmentation, rank 2 weapon powers. For rank 4 weapon training or power augmentations, I went with power damage. Once again, this is a power build and not a weapons build. Also, I'd like to tell you something I really find weird. So, why is power damage plus 20% and then weapon damage is 8%? Even if you choose a character that's focused on just weapon damage, he still has this, and pardon me, the other skill would be power damage, and it still would be 20%. Why? This is just ridiculous. Either reduce the amount of power damage it gives, or actually increase the weapon damage. In my opinion, they should increase the damage on this skill. Like, it's comparatively, it's unfair having 8% weapon damage and 20% for power. Anyway, so rank 4, of course, I went for power damage instead of weapon damage because this power build. In rank 5, you have an option to choose between ammo and targeting and aerial. Now, if you really want to inspect on Nova, you can live with and this. But the problem is, I chose this because of the more damage and the effectiveness you get for power damage. You get 15% power damage and 30% power force. But if you don't want to go with this line, you can just take those points and just spec them into Nova. If I would tell you what I inspect in Nova, it will be like this. Rank 1, 2, 3, rank 4, I would go with damage and force rather than radius. I don't really much find radius to be that effectful and impactful. Like the radius. Okay, this has 40%, but you find like some radiuses that is like 1 meter, 2 meters, which isn't really a lot. So I would prefer to go damage and force. Rank 5, you have to choose either anti-armor, more damage versus armor, or anti-shields, more damage versus shields. I would go with armor. Because with shields, you don't have a problem reducing a shielded enemy from their shields, but it's much slower and harder in taking down enemies with armor. So I would go with anti-armor. For rank 6, I would go with Seismic Nova. Why not shield powered? Shield power basically lets you use Nova how much times you want. But the problem is, one Nova use will cost you your whole shields. So, okay, you might say, but can't you do like Nova charge, Nova charge, Nova charge? No, because I don't like it because remember, charge is gonna have a cooldown. Although Nova doesn't have a cooldown, charge has. Now, if charge also had no cooldown, that would be good because you'll just spam Nova charge because your first Nova get your shields down to 0, and then you're charging, get your shields back up to 100. This keeps going. This isn't the case though. So when you're waiting for a charge, your shields are down and you might die. So I wouldn't recommend going with shield powered. If shields consumed were like 10% or 20, I would consider going with this because 20% shield isn't a lot when you can charge again, but taking 100%, ooh, no way, Jose. So I would go with even more damage to Nova if I would go with a Nova 3, which actually also primes the enemy for combat. So once again, if you're not going with Nova 3, you have to go to rank 6. Now, I find rank 5 and rank 5 ammo target and aerial combat useless, but you can't go to rank 6, the one you need, without going through rank 5. So, in my opinion, ammo and targeting is much better than aerial combat training. I rarely hover, so I don't even hover duration, and I don't accuracy. I don't even stay airborne, let alone needing accuracy. So, like I said, these two are useless to me, but since I have to choose one in order to get to rank 6, I went with ammo and targeting. So, rank 6, once again, weapon specialist is for a weapon build or a melee build. This is not a melee or neither weapon build. So I went with rank 6 power specialist. It gives you power damage, force, and weapon weight capacity. Now weapon weight capacity is crap because you're gonna try as much as possible not overload your recharge speeds with high weapon. And finally, rage. Now this can be tricky, and I think there's a bug somewhere. So there's rank 1, 2, and 3 rage, strength, and resilience. For rank 4, you have to choose between resilience or melee. Once again, since this is not a melee or a weapons build, I went with resilience. That gives you max health, max shields, and plus 5 damage resistance only when you're en-. Now, what is enraged? So, if you go to the basic skills, it tells you that you enter a blood rage, meaning you are raged for X amount of time. Now, when you get enraged, you get damage resistance. Of course, by doing more, inspecting skills into resistance increases your total damage resistance while you're enraged. What enraged does is that, like, you enter a blood fury, that it increases your health. Sorry, it increases the damage resistance and increases your melee while enraged. And the rage has a 30 seconds duration. And to enter the blood rage, you need to kill 3 enemies by melee. So, resilience gives you plus 5 more damage resistance while while enraged. It's not a passive like fortified that is with or without enraged. And you also get 15% to both max health and shields. Rank 5 we have regeneration and martial arts. For martial arts, nothing to talk about. This is a combat biotics build, sorry, and not a melee build. So of course we're going with regeneration. Now, there is a problem with regeneration, and I don't know if it's a bug or not. But what this does is that when you are enraged, you have 100% health regeneration. Meaning that your health, when you are enraged, your health starts regenerating immediately. Because you know, there's a delay between the time you lose health and the time health starts regenerating after X amount of time. Now, with this, you are not gonna wait for that delay, you are just maxing it out, making it to start regeneration immediately. And you also get an additional plus 50 health and shield regeneration. As for rank 6 Berserk, we have that you can either go with Berserk and Inspirational. In my opinion, I just preferred Berserk. You can go with even more max health and even more max shields and increasing allies damage resistance within a 6-meter radius by 30%. But I found this better. That what this does is that instead of you needing 3 kills to get enraged, you need 2 kills. You can enter rage by 2 ways. You can either melee kill 2 instead of 3 because you get a minus 1 melee kill required. Or when your health drops below 33%, you enter the rage. And when you enter rage, you are gaining from that 100% health regeneration plus 50 health and shield regeneration delay. And the reason why I like it is because since I'm barely meleeing anyone, I only melee is like when my weapon is reloading and I'm being constantly attacked by enemies and not letting me load to fire with shotgun or whatever weapon I'm using, or my skills are down, so I just melee. But I'm not focusing to really melee. So for me, in order to get enraged, I have to wait until my health drops to 33%, and then I get the regeneration bonuses of that. Anyway, that was the Program Vanguard build. Once again, thanks a lot for checking out my video. Sorry for this video being very long, and please feel free to share this video with EA and BioWare to show them where the bug is coming from, so they start working on it. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, so my whatever I said, this video could be lame, but I don't care. I don't care. I just wanted to let you know, guys and girls, know how you can work around with those weapons that are bugged. I hope you liked my Krogan Vanguard. In my opinion, I find this good. Like I said, he's really painful playing in gold with that nerf he's got. He's still good, but that nerf they gave him is really bad for him. In fact, I haven't. I'm currently doing the challenges, and for both weapons skills, I'm done with maps. Thank God. So I'm not really using the Vanguard, Krogan Vanguard. I only using Krogan Vanguard to like test things like the special katana use being tracked with the special and not with the normal type. So anyway, thanks a lot. Hope you like this video. Feel free to comment. Give this video a thumbs up or down. I don't care. Either one works. And yeah, guys, let's work forward and just get this video to BioWare so they fix their crap. There are a lot of crap bugs going on. Something I forgot to mention. Now that I'm thinking of it, the reason I talked to you about with the special weapons have nothing to do with the skills. I know there are skills like stealth grid that's not also not working, and it's not tracking. It's not tracking. You use it how much you use it. Stealth grid has two problems. One, it's not getting tracked. The process and progress of using stealth grid is not getting tracked. And secondly, I noticed I did some testing with the Angara Avenger, and the second problem is that the buffs you were supposed to get from stealth grid, you are not gaining. What buffs am I talking to you about? No, I don't want to exit the. So if I go on my Angara Avenger, or I could have gone on sorry, Huntress, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna make you a build for the Angara, it's not even finished. But if you go to Stealth Grid, it says that you gain a gun damage bonus of 30%, power damage bonus of 30%, a melee damage bonus of 30%. The description goes like this: cloaks you and all allies within a radius, grants everyone affected a brief damage bonus when they break cloaking to attack. So when you are breaking cloaking to attack, you are getting that brief damage bonus to gun damage bonus, power damage bonus, and melee damage bonus. And I tested and tested and tested, and I didn't see these bonuses in effect. What I was doing was that I stealth grid and immediately used the Avenger Strike to get even more damage from the stealth grid boost. But apparently that's not working. So I think, like I said, that apart from the fact that Stealth Grid it's not being tracked, it's also not providing you with the buffs. I don't know if you noticed that. You might use the power, the skill, and you might think that you are getting the buffs it says that you are given, but you are actually not. So if I were you, just go test it out with the Angara Avenger. Like you see an enemy, Stealth Grid, Avenger strike immediately. I meant to say this. First, see a full health Raider or Chosen or whatever, and use Avenger strike without shield boost and see the damage you deal. Okay, then find another. And then leave that target there. So if you want to use him as a reference, you would know. Then find another full healthed enemy, and Stealth Grid and Avenger Strike, and see the damage. By using Stealth Grid, you are supposed to get a 30% damage to melee, meaning more melee damage, and Avenger Strike is a melee skill, although it's considered as a power skill, it still does melee damage, so you need to improve his melee to be able to gain advantage from his skills. But then, like I said, so first use Avenger Strike without Stealth Grid. Then go on another target. Use Stealth Grid. Combine it with Avenger Strike immediately. And see and compare the damage you dealt to enemy number 1 without with Avenger Strike only and without Stealth Grid. And compare that to the second enemy attacked with Stealth Grid and Avenger Strike. Anyway, thanks a lot for the video. Like I said, I don't know what the problem is with Stealth Grid, but it has nothing to do with the weapon bug or how you can go around it. I didn't find a way to go around Stealth Grid, as Stealth Grid is only one skill. There's no special versions of Stealth Grid, so you can only use that, and that's not getting tracked. I don't know why, but it has nothing to do, or a workaround around the Stealth Grid doesn't exist. We just have to wait for BioWare or EA to just fix it. Anyway, to celebrate this awesome find, I'm gonna end the video with some awesome music, very short music. Hope you like that. Sorry for this video. I know it's gonna be crap, but I don't care. As long as the message came out good, that's all that matters. Thanks a lot, and Hellspawner signing.